Hey Cartons family, welcome to part 2 of how I met my father, my mysterious father to be specific. So yeah, stay tuned guys, watch until the end. Ensure to subscribe if you haven't already so that you can tune into my stories and get to know me through my stories, be it fictional or true life stories. Remember to comment in case you relate with my content. If you've ever gone through such a situation, like and share. Thank you. Bye. I don't know if you guys have ever worked with clients, but for me, every job that I've done ever since I started working, it's been me working with clients. You know how funny clients behave, especially for those that work in financial institutions. So here is a customer, like they come to apply for a loan, and they're pretending to be something they're not. Someone comes and they're like, my names are these, my names are these, I work for this company. By the way, anyways, for those that have worked as loan officers at financial institutions, they always train you like you're able to see if someone is a fraudster, right? So now there are some fraudsters who actually bring genuine documents. If you're not careful sometimes, like if you don't analyze the documents well, you wouldn't even know that the documents are not legit. They look so legit, the stamps are legit, everything is just authentic except for this person. This person is actually unemployed, they don't even own an NRC, they don't even work at that company. And then when you're done processing the loan, since you haven't seen through this person through their documents, now this person ends up exposing themselves, and they just say something which doesn't add up, and you're like, what? A manager, like a manager who works for Zanaco, and they're asking this question, and then that opens up your mind. You're like, yo, this person is a fraudster. And you go see your manager like, yo dude, check this out, like I was processing this application, everything looks authentic, but this person just said this to me and I feel like it's not adding up. And then you start like investigating now, and you actually find that this person is a fraudster, and you ask them like, which branch do you work with, which Zanaco branch? And then maybe they say maybe Manda Hill branch, and you call Manda Hill branch and they're like, what, we don't know any Mary Poppins here. I'm actually the manager speaking to you, and we don't have any employee by Mary Poppins ever, not even this branch was Zanaco. So this is what happened. This man was so smart. He asked me that what I was just from telling you. Why did you run away from home? Why don't you want to live with your father? After you finished your grade 12, he told me, you're just playing around and living with your friends. Me, let me tell you something about me, guys. I am not the kind of person who believes in being dishonest. I am not the kind of person who will fraud just because, there's this opportunity, and I'm like, yo, if I don't lie, like this won't go through. I really need this, like, to save myself. I am the kind of person, you might call it stupid, like, yo, that's stupid, like, why didn't you just go with it so that you could have been assisted? I'm not that kind of person. Like, I was like, what? This man lied. I thought of my life, like, after all I've been through, first of all, he wasn't there. He wasn't present in my life. He wasn't present in my life from the time I was a zygote. He wasn't present in my life when I was a toddler. Nothing. It was like the Holy Spirit just went in my mom's womb and I was born. There was no man involved. He didn't make any effort to look for me when I grew older. Perhaps at that time, sometimes men are scared of maybe responsibilities. So now, after maybe realizing to say, oh damn, like I really messed up, let me look for my daughter. He didn't make any effort like to look for me. Okay. I made the effort after some years, after 23 years, to look for this man. And then he he has the audacity to lie to somebody and make me look like the bad person. That's the other thing that I don't like. I don't like making me look like a bad person when I'm actually not. So I got effing irritated, but I didn't show it, but I was burning up inside. And okay, let's just go with Mr. Banda. I was like, Mr. Banda, I don't know why he didn't tell you the truth, but I just met this man a few weeks ago. I've never ever met him. He is my father, yes. I told him like what happened. Like actually searched for him on Facebook. I've never met him ever in my life. My mother just told me about him and I started looking for him, and I just met him a few weeks ago. I have never lived with him. I've never seen him before. This was my first time like seeing him. And he was shocked. He was like, "What? He's your father and you've never met him and he was never in your life?" I was like, "No, he was never in my life." And he was like, "But why would you tell me something like that?" So I was like, "I have no idea." And this person was religious. So he was like, he looks confused because he got his Bible and he was like, I can't believe this because that's not the way I know him. And I immediately saw in this person's eyes to say, this job wasn't for me. Like, he wasn't going to help me. And this person didn't give me the job. And I don't blame him. I feel like, I don't know what his reason was, but if his reason was because of my dad's lie, then that's okay. Because why would someone lie to you? Like, that just doesn't. But if he didn't want to help me because he was like, she's actually not, maybe he thought she's actually not his daughter or something, I don't know. Or he wasn't counting me as his daughter, because he actually told him to say she's my firstborn daughter. And after writing a great talk, she ran away from home and now she's living with her friend. So I just need her to start doing something. What? So that's how come I didn't get that job, guys. Now I got very upset, so I called him. Okay, and when I'm upset, it's not that I disrespect someone, but I would never just like keep whatever I want to say to you. I called him and he was like, how did it go? How did the interview go? So I told him, I was like, actually called him by his names. I was like, Mr. Shanshani, why did you tell Mr. Shanshani that Shanshani? And he was like, no, I was just trying, like to get you in so that he could give you the job. And I was like, that information that you gave him actually didn't sit well with him. Because if you already knew that I ran away from him and all that, and if you really needed to give me the job, he was going to give it to me. But it seemed like perhaps he wanted to get it from me. Like, why did I do that? Why would you even tell someone a lie anyways? Why I don't know, guys. Is gone, but I hope you guys can see me. I'm sure you guys can see me, even though the lighting is gone. Yeah, so that's what this man did, guys. He lied to his friend and his friend ended up not employing me. So I was very upset. I confronted him. I told him, you didn't have to lie. And why did you make me look like a bad person? Like, you didn't have to lie. So now he starts flipping out and he's like, why are you living with your friend? Why don't you want to come and live with us? I'm like, why does he want so much for me to go and live with them? I don't even know if there is them. Because I didn't know this person, guys. What if he had different plans for me? Okay. So I got upset now. Like, this is BS. Because here I am, like, I'm trying to get to know you, and I'm trying to get us to form a relationship that you never ever thought of forming with me. Here I am making an effort. I found you. You didn't think of looking for me. So I got upset and I was like, this is BS. Mostly I think logically. I don't like to use my feelings, my emotions, like using my heart, like, he's my father. I like to think logically. I was like, I need to find a way to move forward because I feel like I'm moving backwards. This is not helping me at all. So I told him, you know what? First of all, you deserted me and my mother. Secondly, you didn't even think in your entire life to come back. If it wasn't coming back, you didn't think in your entire life to look for me or how I was faring. Was I alive? Was my mom alive? Because, anyways, I forgot to mention something. The first day when I met him, or the first time when I met him, I asked him, "Why did you leave my mother?" And do you know the answer he gave me? He gave me, "I don't know what your mother told you, but me and her are just friends." That's what he told me. Can you imagine that? I honestly don't remember how I reacted, but I did tell him to say, "How can two friends have a child?" And he just laughed. He was like, he just laughed. He was like, it's he was just like, he laughed and he was like, "You know how life is, but she was just my friend. Like, there was nothing between us." And now thinking about that, because I've just remembered that, like, that pains me so much, because that's how stupid men are nowadays. They'll ask to date you, you'll be counting you're dating, you'll be thinking you're dating, and when things go bad, this man will just come back and say, "But we weren't dating." What do you mean? I wasn't dating you. What do you mean? Like, I feel so angry just thinking about it right now. So that's what he said. He said we were just friends. Friends! Friends making a baby. Anyways, so I told him, you know what? You didn't think of all those things. And here you are now, making me look like a bad person. That was the reddest flag I ever got from him. Like, you're dishonest, and you made me look like a bad person. I just got upset. I told him, "You can keep your money, keep your fatherhood. I don't need it." Guys, I was upset, and I just thought, okay, this is not going anywhere. Like, this is not going to help me in any ways. I felt like I was just going backwards and not forward at all. I was like, I think I made a mistake, like, to search for this person because he's not good for me. And I thought to myself, I thank God that this person left, because if this person remained in my life, I feel like he would have just destroyed me. Because why would you do that, honestly speaking? So I told him all those things, like, please never ever contact me. Don't try to call me ever, is what I told him. You're dishonest and you made me look like a bad person. Why would you tell such a big lie to somebody? So I told him I never ever want to see you. And this person was like, "How can you tell me that? I'm going to tell your grandfather." I'm like, and I was like, yo, you go ahead. You go ahead. Like, does it make sense, guys? Like, this person didn't even think of looking for me. I find him, and then now he wants to tell on me to my grandfather. My grandfather, the one who raised me. What was grandpa going to do? He was like, "How can you tell me all this? I'm going to tell your grandfather." And I was like, you go ahead. I actually don't want you in my life anymore. I did say a lot of things, but I'm not going to say anymore. So that's what happened, guys. That's how I met my father. And I just thought, let me just let this stranger go, because he's basically a stranger. He's been a stranger all my life. He's still a stranger. Because if this person, like, really cared about me and my mother, he would have come back, or he would have looked for me. But I was the one making all the effort, and here is someone telling a big lie about me, making me look like a bad person, and just not helping in any way. So jeez. So anyways, that's how I met my father, you guys. And that's how come I cut off this person. And I don't even know what to say right now. I'm feeling drowsy, but no. But I feel like I made the right step. This person wasn't good for me. He never was, like, from the start. And he proved it to me after I found him to say, he proved it to me when I found him to say he's actually not a good fit for me at all. And I thank God, like, thank you, God, for showing me this red flag. because who knows how my life would have turned out if I involved this person in my life. In spite of me being young, because I was just 23, I'm glad that I do use my brain, like, to think properly, because some of us, we actually like grew faster than our age. So I'm grateful for that. I just had to let this person go because this person was a stranger just from the beginning, and nothing ever changed. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please drop comments if at all you're in the same situation as me, or were in the same situation as me. Did you grow up with a father? What was the reason that you didn't grow up with a father? And sorry for you that didn't grow up with a father. I know how it feels. Like, okay, I've never ever had like I have never ever had like I've never ever felt empty, like, yo, something is missing, because I just got used to the people I grew up with, and they were enough for me. Okay, so but then there are some things that are missing, I know, that requires a father's love or a father's assistance, but everybody else in my life helped me out with that part. So I feel like I'm not lacking anything. The only thing that I feel is pain and anger, because I'm like, how can someone do that to somebody? Yeah, like, how do you feel human right now, like doing something to someone like that? I just don't know how I can manage. But I guess for some men, it's a normal thing, because for a woman, I don't think you've ever heard a woman like abandoning their child. Okay, there are some, but anyways, yeah. So that's that, guys. I'm actually not feeling well. But guys, that's my story time for today. How I found my father and how I got rid of him instantly. But I'm grateful for the shortest time I spent with him. Right now, I don't even remember like what he looks like. If we crossed paths, maybe he would know it's me. But guys, I'm actually not feeling well. But that's that. That's how I made my real father, you guys. And I've never ever heard from him ever since 2017. Well, only God knows, if I made the right decision or not, but I feel like I did. But God knows too that my father never ever made the right decision for deserting me and my mom. And even after I found him, God knows that, yeah. Okay, so I'm not feeling well, guys. Thank you so much for watching.